What is up, guys? We're back here at QuakeCon 2014. We have the Bronze Duel Finals here, and it's going to be Evil and Toxic, of course.
Yeah.
What's up, Zoot?
Not much, not much. I'm ready here for some awesome duel action. We just had a pretty cool CTF final. I'm kind of sad that we didn't get to reset the best of 3.
Yeah, I was thinking the same as well.
But it's still going to be awesome. There is news regarding the CTF on the grand final stage. I think, I haven't been told if I'm allowed to say anything, but I'm Zoot after all, and I'm going to say that we're going to see Ironworks as the map in the grand final show match on stage. Let's talk about Tox versus Evil. What are your thoughts, sir?
Okay, so Tox and Evil, I think, were the two players most affected by the really, really long stretch of, I guess, like 12 hours of playing Quake at a really high-level tournament. They both got, really fatigued by the end there. Toxic, he destroyed Rafa in the quarterfinals. He was playing amazingly, but then when we had like a little break, and then later on we saw him playing against the Hang, and he just didn't have the same form as he did earlier. And I think everyone saw that. We saw it in his interview. He was saying, I was really tired, and it's really hard to get the full focus going and stuff. So, but it's a new day. Evil and Toxic, they were practicing loads last night for like hours together, actually. So
really,
yeah.
Well, they did have the practice just before the actual Masters tournament started as well, where they played like 5, 6, 7 maps against each other. I'm guessing they're going to know their style quite well. Yeah. So this could be a very interesting Duel Masters. And to be honest, out of every single bronze final I've ever seen, this is the one I am most excited to get to watch.
And Toxic was talking to me about, I think this is going to be really, really top-notch form from both players, but Toxic was telling me about, when he was practicing, he wasn't just practicing when he was playing the game. One of the big deals for him is actually item timing. That's been always a really huge issue for him. And he was saying that, he was practicing that a lot outside of the game. He was really taking his practice to the next level, really preparing for this tournament. And we've seen that a lot of Evil's games, I don't know if it was, marred by fatigue a little bit, but timing seemed to be a little bit of a weakness at some points. It seemed to be a way that people could get in on this game. So Toxic might just have an edge on the items, and I think that could be the difference. But we're getting live here, Zoot.
Let's do this. We're getting into the bronze finals here for the Duel Masters. This is QuakeCon 2014. We're going to start on Lost World with Evil's point of view. We're going to have a little race over to the rocket. Tox is going to win it, and he's going to get the 50 health bubble. Oh no! Evil into the lava. Not even 10 seconds into this game. That
machine gun.
That's a bad omen, surely.
That was pretty damn good. It was worth it. It was worth the -1. Just connecting 30 bullets there. 66% machine gun. Anyway, though, you never really want to start this map down a frag, and machine gun chicken going the way of Toxic there. So Evil going to slow things down. He's got a good stack to work with. The issue for him is finding another item and finding out exactly where Toxic is. He doesn't know he does. Actually lock him behind that choke point, so that's going to be nice for Evil. But the problem is going to come here in how well can Toxic damage him as he's picking up the items. That's what Toxic has to do right now.
Yeah, and we're going to be looking to see maybe some of that absolutely awesome LG. Oh, Evil about to go at the bounce pad, just spots the green cyber demon at the top and thinks, nope, I'm not going to do that, and finds an open window for the red armor. So well done by him. Going to switch over to Tox and see what he's up to. Barely used any lightning guns so far, and that's been the most impressive thing so far from this one. Getting it out, but Evil's making it very difficult to even connect a single shot on him.
Here we go, Toxic he's still just forever on the top levels, which is great. But Evil is taking things very slowly. He's actually managing to avoid a lot of the angles that Toxic has on him, and just generally avoiding fights altogether. It's very even so far. Toxic's actually losing out on armor, but maintaining a positional advantage. So as soon as Evil has an even ground positionally, like here, or actually that's a bit better than Toxic. Toxic is all of a sudden on the back foot. He can get bullied off of all the major items. So he's kind of almost put himself out of control a little bit here.
Oh, LG. Evil does get a direct rocket, so there's no way he's going to be able to chase up that bounce pad. I do feel that... Oh, what? A grenade going on? What is all this direct damage that Tox is able to do? I just want to finish by saying that Tox has been pretty passive, but now all the damage he's doing is kind of making that play worth it.
Yeah, he's actually evening things up on the stacks here pretty damn effectively, but this exchange of rockets, and I don't know if it's just how the game is going so far, or if it's by design There's not much LG work. Finally, Toxic forces an LG fight, but look how awkward that was.
It was a very tough angle for Tox to actually connect with, but he makes it happen. He's trying to push the leader away further and further from Evil.
Giving up that red armor for free as well. He just messed up the jump.
Yeah,
I like how quickly he's just like, oh, I made a mistake. It's fine. He didn't hesitate. He's like, no, it's fine. You can just take it. I'm cool.
Exactly. He didn't just like charge in and be like, no, I was meant to get that red. Let me on. Because he probably would have actually died and let Evil get off the negatives.
Yeah, yeah.
Red's up in a second. Tox can stack up on this. There's plenty of time until the Megas are going to be around. Looks like Evil's just going to try and pick up a load of yellows. The rockets from Tox have been almost as impressive as his LG, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, Evil.
Oh,
how on earth did that happen?
You're doing it wrong, guys.
That was so awkward, too. What is going on?
The lava at the moment is winning.
Oh my god!
What is happening? This is just unusual. If Tox wins the game like this, that's a record on low-scoring games.
The lava's just taking all the kills. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what to say there. That fight was really strange.
Tox, he can smell the red armor, but he just can't really get to it very easily. The rocket stone from Evil, there was a small window where Tox could have dropped, but he decides to commit. I don't think that was a good play from Tox. He could have just carried on the defensive maneuvers he was making earlier.
We get the first frag that a player actually makes now instead of the lava, so that's always good. And just defending that mega position. Evil going to be in a really good spot after picking up these rockets to keep the pressure on. The problem is, though, is that he can't really extend through the choke points because of his stack. He needs the choke points between him and his opponent to allow him to have an efficient fight. Otherwise, he's on too much of an even ground. And just keeping himself very aware of where Toxic can peek his head out of to attack Evil as he picks up these items. Because you lose position on this map when you take the red and the mega, so got to be wary of that.
Oh, Evil had to do a double take there. Tox manages to get some good damage working. Mega about to spawn. Tox, he can look it down, but there's no way he can drop. Evil would be all over him.
Nice rocket there from Evil. It's going to make Toxic think twice, and even the grenades just beating him back. Toxic is on the verge of losing this lead that he has. It's looking better and better for Evil, but the jump pad.
Tox, can he finish it off? Evil's LG looking pretty impressive, but Tox is superior.
Oh dear, that's heart-wrenching to see.
You don't want to make those moves.
Yeah, that is. That's all of Evil's advantage gone. Just one snafu and it's all gone. However, there's plenty of time left, and Toxic.
He's just got onto the mega. He's had hardly any. Actually, how many megas has Tox had this game?
Tox has had 3 megas this game to Evil 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been a while since it's come out, but Red's going to be up again. Tox doesn't need to take this at all. Just leave it up, try and put a bit of pressure on Evil and squeeze him into the corner. Maybe even extend that lead a little further.
The interesting thing, as we get an engagement here, is that we've only seen awkward fights. Neither of them have had really just open LG fights, you know, just something a bit more standard. Everything's been a little bit awkward.
Lava has been the case.
Lava is also
Tox
a big opponent.
Being bounced around with LG. The bounce pad, it was just... When we see a straight up fight, with if Evil's able to get a little bit more armor, then it's going to be very interesting to see who can win that.
So he gets playing it very slow at the moment, just trying to get that information with the sound cues there. He hears a pickup, knows exactly where his opponent is. Trapped behind that tele-exit. Evil gets out for free though, and Toxic is going to be kicking himself a little bit, not getting any damage there at all, and Evil a bit relieved, I'm sure. But Evil's in the kind of region of armor now that he can effectively make a play onto the Mega, but he's not going to want to take these open LG engagements against Toxic. But here he goes anyway. He's got the 50 there, but will it be enough?
Who's the LG master in this duel at the top on DM13? 50 health ball picked up, but Tox is still going to be winning that. So only 34% we got at the moment. I think Evil's dodge was actually quite good compared to all the people we've seen Tox LGing over this tournament.
The crazy thing about that fight is that with the 50 bubble, that actually makes it, like, you know, because we have the advantage for Toxic that he has the Mega and Evil doesn't. So it's kind of even with the 50. But that means that Evil's saying, I feel like I can win an even LG battle against Toxic.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing.
Nuts. This time goes up the bounce pad for Toxic. I think this might go badly. Evil's going to win it. He's really trying to show that. Oh, what? rocketing himself, and was there a pummel simultaneously? I think the pummel just happened before.
So many self-kills in this game, it's unreal.
You're not meant to go backwards on the scoreboard, guys. Well, the rockets from Tox are pretty decent over there, but the algae's going to work. It seems like it's worth the risk, ultimately.
Cypher was telling me about Evil's playstyle, that Evil's got like this switch in his brain where it's just on sometimes and it just means like, I go kill him now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily have to make sense, is how Cypher was kind of explaining it to me. And you know,
that's where we saw it happen.
But the confidence that he has, the commitment he has to some of these fights, that's what allows him to do so well in the damage, because he's just so just sure of it, of himself.
There's not much time though. He needs to turn that button on again a couple more times over. Talks of the algae pushing Evil away, and he's going to back up. I think that Evil, he's just going to prepare himself for one big fight, and that's not one he could take. Tox going to win that 3-0 at the moment with all the items that Tox needs ready for him.
Yeah, only 90 seconds left now, so Evil's go switch is definitely on right now, because Toxic...
Going to go to him now, actually.
He's going to be just chilling, just trying to play defensively. He can really easily kill the clock if he wants to. He's got a big stack to do it with. Going to, I guess, keep the pressure on, keep good positions. How is Evil going to even get to him right now? Look at the disparity between the position on the map between these two guys, and only one rocket for Evil.
That's horrible to have. He probably needs to use that to get to the top level. Or actually, he's going to be saving it, and I think he's going to walk up there via the bounce pad. Mega's up behind him, Tox appears, and he's a bit late on the LG switch, and I think Evil, he wants to go in this, he wants to get the kill. Can he make it happen? He will! There's still a chance now for Evil to make it back in these last 45 seconds.
And there is the Mega picked up. Toxic's over by the shards, making his way towards the LG right now, and Evil's gonna find him. Can he do it with the rockets and the LG?
Plasma is something that he really has to respect at this point. 43 health.
Oh, again!
Bubble! No!
Denied.
The GG gauntlet has just appeared, and Tox, when it looked like really Evil was going to work it back to win map 1 or at least get an overtime, shut down. GG, there it is. Tox is going to go 1-0 up here in the Bronze Finals.
And I'm happy to get this map out of the way with them, because it just was super awkward.
It was
Wasn't it
brilliant.
awkward?
It was awkward, but it was absolutely fantastic at the same time. I really enjoyed that.
I like how the lava was playing such an active part.
The damage between the two players is actually extremely even.
Yeah.
Evil had slightly better control, but Tox, you got to say, in the fights that counted, he was the stronger individual.
Just checking out Evil there on the player cam. Very cool that we have the player cams here at QuakeCon, seeing the emotions from the players.
Yeah.
You know, we need to mic up particular player's strengths. Is the one I want to mic up. He's hilarious.
I think actually between these two players that are coming over, I've spoken to Tox, and he's saying that because he had help through the donations, he hasn't had a sponsor or anything. He's really been upset that he couldn't get to the grand finals, because I think that's the way. Like,
his form was grand finals form. I mean,
he doesn't care about money or anything like that. He cares about making people proud, and that's actually the way he put it towards me. So for him to win and get third place, that would be a huge sign of relief. I think Evil, on the other hand, he's just going to be playing his match out because he needs a win. He needs to feel better after losing the game like that to Cypher, I think. So I think different motives here that we're getting in the finals.
I mean, Evil he got second last year, and it was such a close finals. Evil probably felt like that was his finals to win. You know, he didn't get to play Blood Run. You know, it wasn't the perfect environment. Toxicity ended up being kind of the downfall for him, and you know, he spent a lot of time tightening up his toxicity game, being more rounded. We've seen Evil generally become a better, more solid player since last year, for sure, and he's definitely gutted. But we have two champions here, but only one of them can be third here.
Exactly. And
Champion
Tox, considering all the online tournaments that we've seen lately, having Tox in top 3 out of this stacked tournament lineup, I think would be very, very unusual at the moment. And Tox is playing for that. He wants to make those surprises. Yeah. And I think people are going to be people are probably already surprised not to see Evil doing better than he did. You know, really making a close game versus Cypher. That didn't actually happen. Yeah. It was crushing, ultimately.
Yeah, the results so far have been really interesting. I know before the event, I'm pretty sure that my fourth place prediction was actually Toxic. I feel like he's got the edge in this against Evil since we've seen him at the event, because he's actually looked like, after his Rafa form versus Rafa form, looked like a tournament-winning form. There's no doubt about it. So if he busts that out, I'm going to struggle to see Evil defeat it, unless Evil himself is at tip-top form. But we are getting live into map number 2 for the bronze final here at QuakeCon 2014 between Evil and Toxic. Zoot, what's going on at the start here?
Well, I'm on Evil. He's just managed to pick up the red armor, going for a pretty standard start. Does he want to shoot over to the yellow immediately? Yeah, well, he's thinking about it. Tox, he's about to take it. Oh, he's just getting slightly pushed off, and now Evil's going to just pick up that lightning gun. He should get himself in good position for the second red armor of this map.
Yeah, this is always very hard to deal with this position. Some players, if they're not sure about it, they just don't take the fight. Evil very confident with himself, he's going to plant himself firmly on that, knowing that Toxic is less stacked and less weaponed up as well. His arsenal kind of weak right now, needs that railgun, and Toxic's just waiting around at the moment to hear the sounds and play around where Evil is. Going for the bits of damage here, knocks Evil off. That's a great move there from Toxic. That's going to help him as well, because he can do some damage from the top here down onto the red if Evil stays below there. But Evil's smart. He makes the little route around, and he's going to pick that up. So Toxic, it's not going to look good for him right now.
Evil pushing him around a little bit. Just got to remind people that this is actually Evil's map pick. Tox managed to win Lost World, which was his. Although going against Evil on Cure is very difficult. He's one of the world's best on this map. And maybe even the best if he's on his good day and good form.
And then Toxic's actually sneaking around. Finally, Evil finds him. But Toxic has avoided Evil so well. He's actually put himself up 140 armor, and good damage there.
That Evil LG was brilliant. Tox missing a big opportunity to just get himself on red and being able to escape without taking any damage. So Evil, to count himself lucky right now that he's able to get to 100-100 so quickly.
Well, Toxic's got 100 armor himself. He's only 50 resources behind. This means that what he just did was very worthwhile. Evil picking up all those greens is going to put him, edge him slightly more ahead. But I feel like Toxic has a realistic chance on picking up a big item in the very near future. But he's still taking it super slow, just playing the yellows and greens. And Toxic, you know, he wants that first frag to count.
Yeah, Tox is on about 100 health, 140 armor at the moment. He's taking it easy. He's actually just below Evil at the moment. Sneaking out. Evil might hear him right now. There it is. He's just over there. And Tox just edges away, just trying to recover a little bit. Trying to make those rockets do some hard work. And Evil's going to back off and stack out.
I think the beauty about playing, or rather Toxic style in a matchup like this as well, is especially at this point in the game, the strategy for Toxic when it's 0-0 is going to be, even if he's out of control, just keep taking items and Evil finds a move.
What? The air rocket from Tox, but a fantastic round from Evil to get first blood here on map 2. And I think Tox, maybe we're seeing him lose focus on the items a little bit. Looking for a grenade. He fires one more, but Evil's not going to get hit by this one. Extending that lead nicely, Evil.
It's a really nice read by him to just charge in on that position. Toxic never expected that. But Toxic was playing a style where he's just building up armor, and he was hoping that Evil would get impatient and just attack him. And I think that could have worked really well, but you know, Evil had that one solid read, and now Toxic 2-0 behind. He's going to have to change his strategy, because now he actually does need to get frags to tie the game up.
It's fun for the LG while Evil's down here, but a great rail shot. Evil keeps on hitting rockets from Tox. He's got to be barely alive at this point, but he jumps down anyway. Looks for a direct rocket, won't hit it. Evil fairly weak. Tox can get some good weapons off the beginning. Maybe use his combat skills a little bit. He's jumping down with the plasma. Oh, he gets the mutual frag. I think that's the most he could have gotten just then.
Evil spawns LG, Toxic spawns over at the yellow, and this is not so good for Toxic. LG raining down on him, and he really needs that LG as well to... Oh, he's going to take the close range fight. Well played by Toxic, but...
He's got balls right there.
Evil's on the red.
A crazy fight for Tox to take. Well, Tox actually taking this fight. Now we can get the railgun. This is something that he hits very reliably. Where has Evil gone? Oh, the rail shot from Evil. Absolutely brilliant.
He's keeping Toxic down so well right now, and again another one that shuts down Toxic's options entirely and is going to keep Evil's control going again and again, and Toxic has to hit shots here, and oh wow, he gets a double! Evil went for the angle before picking up the red, and that risk just cost him everything.
That is so greedy from Evil. I think he was feeling a little bit too confident right there.
Yeah, I mean, okay, sure, when he got railed once, but pushing again when one rail will kill you,
yeah,
that's you got to cut your losses, and that one mistake is a big deal.
He had to hit the rail before Tox landed on the Mega, and actually surprisingly, very unusual for Evil. He was actually too slow to get there. You never see that normally. But he's just got red.
He doesn't respect Toxic's aim, I think, that much. I think he respects his own aim so much that he sees it on the level of Toxic, which is very fair, because Evil does have monstrous aim. So
oh, for sure. So people have been complimenting his combat skills for months and months. He's had at the sort of the highest level in Quakelive that we've ever seen.
And I was talking to Toxic about this as well. Like, sometimes when players are playing as Toxic isn't deliberately trying to get in your head, but just the fact that Toxic's aim changes the equations. Like, you feel like you should win a fight, but consistently you lose it just because his aim's so strong. That gets in your head, because now you have to question everything you know.
Yeah. I wonder if that's going to start getting to Evil, because Tox looks like he's being able to push him around a bit. We've got the Mega up, and Tox still pushing in with the Lightning Gun. Evil not be able to challenge. How on earth did Tox do that? Usually Evil's rockets are world class, and he just made him look like an amateur.
And red's coming up, and now Toxic is there in time. But these rockets can be really dangerous. This position's very awkward, and that's exactly why
that's better. That's the rockets that Evil needed earlier.
Yeah, I always die in that position that Toxic just did. Because you feel like, okay, I've got a rail, I've got LG. It should be easy for me, but it's awkward. It's just a very awkward fight, and Evil's going to turn things around again. There's 4 minutes left though, so you know, let's see what could be the turning point for Toxic here. Another
fantastic fight where he does the same as the last frag made, or the frag before last, sorry. But we'll see if Evil's actually going to give him that chance. Okay, now he's on the bottom area and not feeling so confident about moving into red. Tox gets the resource, that's it. I think quicker than we both imagined. Tox is back in the game, and he hits that rail shot. Unbelievable from the Swede.
Yeah, that was so well done by Toxic. Winning that red armor, that like pushing Evil away, was so key. It allowed them to be even on stack, and then now taking the advantage by winning position again on the Mega. Toxic slowly, item by item, is bringing himself into a really big advantage. And Evil's going to try to pressure that red armor, but Toxic sniffs it out. Great play there from the Swedish guy who has been working so hard to bring a big result into this tournament.
I'm going to actually switch over to Tox. He's trying to carve out some kind of comeback over here. 2 frag, 1 rail for a rail. Tox is going to be okay with that. Mega's up right now, but Tox is deciding to push in for a second. I think he needs to get Mega straight away, and he can get maybe a good position on the red armor.
Wow, going all the way around. Oh, this is because he wants to catch an LG fight, and Evil, he doesn't even want to risk it there.
Not at all. But I think that might be a problem. Evil's going a little bit too passive defensive too early on. This could cost him quite a bit. Tox trying to cut him off at the 50 health bubble, but wasn't necessary for Evil just then.
Toxic is in such a strong position, but he does have to make 2 frags. He was going to get caught by nasty rockets. Toxic might be able to turn this into a frag very shortly. Checking out Evil's stack, he's on 85 armor, so he's still pretty okay on armor. You know, 1 rail will kind of cripple him, but at least he'll be alive.
Yeah, he can't actually afford to take any damage right now. He wants to wait for another yellow or 2, be able to pick up some shards, another green armor or so. Tox is trying to deny that as much as humanly possible. Again, sneaking around a little bit, hoping that Evil will just drop into his hands at some point. Hasn't happened yet, so he might just have to initiate the fight himself. He's found Evil over here. First rocket is not so good. Evil, is he going to drop on the red? Oh, not that rocket from Tox, but he's losing a lot of health. The rockets are decent. Evil misses his rail. Is he going to double back in?
Wow. No. I'm surprised he didn't. Considering some of the stuff he's done in the past, but he is 2 frags ahead, so it's very smart of him to realize picking up a frag now is not the important, it's not the important point. Keeping the lead is important. There's 2 frags now for Toxic to get in 2 minutes, and this is a really important victory for him if he can take it on Cure, because losing out on Lost World.
This is troublesome for Evil at the moment. Tox might wait for another red armor before he does something crazy. He has to be able to take that first rocket that Evil lands and then still be able to push him to the side. Rocket jumping out, but he misses it. Hits the ledge at the top. He goes up the bounce pad anyway. He says screw it. He goes for a try, and that is going to be Evil taking it 6-3. I think that might just be the map for Evil.
Yeah.
And important, because we're going to be going over to Campgrounds next. Tox's second pick.
Oh, we didn't really see Toxic on Campgrounds yet, and that used to be a map which he was quite next level on back in the old days, and it was in part because of his TDM skills.
I think on this map though, I don't even know if it's as much Tox's movement error that cost him the game then, or that Evil was just really positioning himself nicely towards the end, despite being defensive, very defensive at 2 minutes. GG Evil. Tie things up here.
Evil staying hydrated there. It's important. Important.
Tox looking a little bit glum right now, but he should be feeling good going into Campground. He's not at a map point deficit or anything, so there's still a best of 3 for these two guys to play for in this third place decider.
I am really looking forward to Campgrounds. Evil's actually, I mean, he's shown me. He always shows you varying degrees of strategies, and it depends on the day, the tournament, and stuff like that. So I never know exactly what his playbook really, truly looks like sometimes on specific maps. But Campgrounds, he showed me at least that he can play this one really intelligently and very slowly, and he understands like how not to attack into really bad positions, which is what this map is all about. Because
it could very much be whoever gets the best start or whoever gets the first frag, if it's clean, that could be it essentially. They could play down to the start of the map or whenever they decide to.
With players with aim like this, they can get out of control very quickly. I hope we don't see any of the kind of weird spawns, because there are some weird spawns that happen sometimes. Which
starting spawn, someone spawns.
It's like we both spawn at LG. This is awkward.
If they would have to be paying attention carefully if someone does spawn at LG to how they do. We're getting into the map number 3, guys, here for the Bronze Finals at QuakeCon 2014. I'm going to check out Tox. Okay, it is a split. Evil spawned by the LG, Tox by the red, although he does need a good weapon. He's taking the long route round for rail.
And Toxic actually denied that rail, which means that... Oh, actually, no, he's able to make the steal. That's a big, big deal there. And he did it quite quickly, so he can actually get the yellow, and he might just leave the LG up. Like, you know, he's going to go for the LG, but this means that he can't get any pressure with the rail long range on the red, so which would have been nice, because he could have always dropped back to the shards in LG, but he's going to be trying to set up a position for Mega now, and I wonder if he's going to be able to get this. Both players with all the weapons now.
Up on the spot. He's trying to make it possible. Actually doing the amount of chip damage didn't look good at first, but it's starting to become pretty considerable. Tox, you've got to back off, mate.
So Toxic now on the back foot on Campgrounds, but we're going to see his defensive game tested, because Evil's Campgrounds is about making the frags in control. It's not like, you know, Lost World or Blood Run where you can kind of sit on the control a little bit, you know, pressure, you know, lightly here and there. You get big windows of time where you don't have to worry about positioning yourself on items. Items will just be gone. The red Mega and the yellow will just be gone. You get those 15 seconds to just charge at your opponent. So Evil, he's good at charging people down.
Yeah, Tox is playing a defensive game. Oh, LG, pretty solid. Tox going to be happy that he got rid of some of the armor. Evil's health will be looking good, but his armor not quite as good.
I loved how Toxic backed away just as Evil's weapon switch came into relevancy.
Dear. Any damage that Tox takes is absolutely crippling for him. He should just let Evil get red and work that yellow again. There's no reason why Tox can't try to play a slow game to build up on the first kill.
Yeah, it's really, really hard to do, but Evil is very patient as well on this map, because as much value as there can be in getting the good charges on, against the player's aim like Toxic's. Toxic goes for it.
And he gets the Mega on top of that. What a beautiful fight pick by Tox. That was stunning. Evil was clueless to where he was.
Nice.
I think Evil's going to be completely shaken by that. That is not how he anticipated the start of this map to go, especially when he was wrapping up the control with the Mega and red so frequently.
I didn't see that coming, but that could be a read from Toxic, knowing that maybe Evil's item timing isn't quite spot on, and good stuff there from Toxic. You know, his timing is pretty on in this tournament. Definitely serving him well there.
He might have to let go of one of these items. Which one does he want to let go of?
But neither player wants a situation where they have a fight and they come off of an item kind of with a low stack. They want a clean frag. and because they know that off the back of a clean frag, you get frag after frag after frag. So I think that's why it's so slow at the moment.
Yeah, Tox wasn't able to really capitalize after the first. He just wanted to sort of stabilize the control nicely. If he gets a clean frag now, I think he's going to jump up. He's going with the algae. Evil has it as well. Tox's timing absolutely spot on. 2-0 for the Swede. He's going to find him again. I think does he want to just go in? He's got this mega health to the defense, so he doesn't want to give Evil too much to work with. That was a little bit sketchy, actually.
Evil losing quite, Toxic losing quite a lot of stack. The red's coming up, Evil not anywhere near it. So this is going to be a really nice situation for Toxic to move forwards. I mean, lots of time before the items spawn, so Toxic has to again take this kind of slow because he doesn't want to get weak, like 15 seconds before the big items are spawning. So he needs to make sure that he maintains his stack so he can go into a good position, take the item, then find the frag.
How does he get Mega over here? He's not going to try to defend it. Okay, Toxic's bullied his way in, and he's managed to claim the Mega, and now the red absolutely free.
So Evil has 115 armor, but it should be fairly predictable for Toxic where he's going to be. So Toxic has a big window now to pressure, and he's got the stack, all the weapons. Toxic has to know that he needs to pressure right now, but he's also seems to be respecting Evil a lot, not giving away any sounds. He's hoping that Evil will do that first. And he did actually. Toxic knows where he is now, and he goes in for the shot. Doesn't connect though. That's
a big shame for Tox actually. He needs to hit rails like that to manage Evil's stack. Now going onto the Mega. Is Evil going to defend it? He's there. Tox drops down. Horrible news for the Swede. And Evil's going to chase him up the bounce pad for his first kill on map 3. Tox got greedy. And it's been a rare case for him this time. And Evil's going to find him at the shards. That's a beautiful trap by him. Oh dear.
Toxic made the mistake that everyone's made on this map, but it looks like he's going for another aggression hit. He wants to keep Evil low. It's actually fairly effective. I think this investment is actually worth it because it means he can pick up an LG and barrel into the next Mega, but he didn't get the good spawn for it. So now it's all going downhill, and Evil's going to just go up 2 frags for almost nothing.
Yeah, he needs to make that play on the Mega. He's going to hit 1 rail. Is this worth it, DDK?
Yeah, I mean, it's a gamble. It's one of those gambles. I think it's fine, though. I would have preferred a guaranteed red, because that, you know, his opponent could have spawned it there, but yeah.
Wow, Evil is just completely unhinged this entire map at the moment, and Tox is looking like he's struggling a lot. We're just past the halfway mark, and Tox has got a lot of homework to do.
It's just, you know, trying to chill, trying to get that pressure on at the red. Evil, though, you know, he's very cognizant of Toxic's intentions, but he does let Toxic get onto the red.
One more rail from Tox, and he can get the kill. Oh, he just about misses it. Evil drops down, and Tox isn't there with the angle. Tox is just playing with the rail right now, and he's not hitting his shots. He had to go clutch in the fight by red, I feel.
So the moment where he actually gave everything up, there was a 5 seconds difference between red and Mega. But maybe we'll continue that thought in a little bit here. Over at the red, and it looks like Evil's going to pick it up pretty clean.
He's calling GG. Wow. Tox, 6.5 minutes in, does not feel like he can come back in this map, and he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to carry it on. What do you feel about this, DJ?
I mean, it was all down to that one area where Toxic. They both were fighting very closely together. Toxic got a really good advantage. The problem was, and everyone's made this mistake on this map, is that the red and the Mega were clashing too much, and Evil was in a position where he's very near the Mega. So if Toxic did come in, because he knew when the Mega was spawning, so he can take that position and then back away if it doesn't look too good. But Toxic actually came in so late, and Evil knew exactly when the Mega was. He knew he could just stand there, and that Toxic would have to drop onto the LG. But Toxic was thinking, oh god, I got to get back to Mega. Got to get back to Mega. Maybe Evil won't be there.
So much. Like, I mean, why? He just landed on the LG. It was from then on that the game just went miserably for him, and he hit 16% rail. Tox hit 16%.
Yeah.
He missed some of the clutch shots that could have helped him get back in, but you could see that he was actually attacking with anything that he could get his hands on. It was, yeah, and he did push the game out of hand, I think. So a lot of people are like, oh, GGing early, what is this? Is it BM? I don't think it's BM at all.
No,
I think
it's just
a realistic.
It's just one of those things. He knows his chances are over there, or at least that's how he feels. But just before we get live into this, the next map, which is Sinister, I remind you guys on the stream, if you're looking for any of the demos, they are all archived on QuakeCon CDN.org/demos, and those are being updated as the maps are being played. It's all being done automatically, so that's really cool. But we're getting into the next map soon.
Let's do this, guys. This is match point now for Evil here in the Bronze Finals. QuakeCon 2014. I want Evil off the beginning, getting that red spawn to the LG immediately. And only just gets onto the Mega Health. That was quite a close shave, because he could have taken some nasty damage. Again, how is Tox surviving this? He's just using the corners of the map very nicely. Is he going to work his way up to the red? Where's he from? Why didn't he attack the red?
Well, either way, Evil is starting to really cement a solid position on the resource war, but Toxic's not doing so badly himself. And
I'm just kind of staggered by why he wouldn't go to the red armor after he had all the weapons. He had the
afraid of
same
heights,
stack.
perhaps, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Got a thing for heights.
Cheeky moves.
So here we are, Toxic, Evil, both pretty stacked. Evil's got a bit of an edge here, but it's now evened up completely. So both of these guys are going to take this so slowly. I wouldn't see it any other way. And this is one of those situations where both players are starting to respect each other so much. They want to play for the sure fights. So they're going to be leaving each other with options to always escape. Evil, pokes out, sees what's happening, tries to take a shot, can escape. Toxic, the same kind of position. So we're going to see lots of little trade-offs like that.
This is Evil's map pick as well. And for him to be on match point right here, he's going to be feeling a little more comfortable than Tox. But it is going to be all about who can clutch the fights, who can stabilize the control earlier. And we've got LG. Tox is on the red armor much sooner. Is LG not actually looking as good as Evil's? Wow! Has that happened this tournament yet? Tox getting out-aimed so convincingly. Yeah, I'm actually going to check out Tox very quickly and see if he's going to be able to set up nicely. There's a bit enough time between Mega and Red that he can actually try and get both. I think he just, yeah, he's just going to go for it. He's just going to take both of the items over here, and despite losing out heavily on that last fight, I think he can tie it up, and I think he can possibly take the lead if it's a clean frag. But he's got to watch out with these LG fights because Evil is beasting it at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely looking very good. I can't believe he's survived for so long. He's actually got up to 150 armor now, so that's quite impressive. I mean, Toxic does want to play it slow, and if we're going to look at any weakness in Toxic's game, we're going to say, okay, his aggressive, his reads and his aggressive style, being able to read his opponent's minds, isn't going to be his strong suit. So this is going to be the harder point of the game for him when he's a frag behind against someone like Evil. But he is running the control, and he's got loads of time left. And Evil, his stack is being kept down a little bit, but it's often that 50-50 gamble. Is he going to go for the high yellow or the low yellow? And Evil, all he has to do is just sit down and just wait in a safe spots, listen to where Toxic's going to go, assess what options he has, and then just make the good call from there.
Yeah, how the hell is Tox going to be trapping Evil at the moment? He's leaving Red up, it looks like, trying to maybe bait him out a bit. Tox, you got to be very quick. That that Mega is not secure. Evil shows his face for a second, just a little bit of rocket splash. Could have gone a lot worse for Tox, but he remains 200. Evil, he's sitting on about 120 health and 200 armor. So Mega's the difference right now.
Yeah, it really is, and I mean, Evil's just showed us that he knows how to stay out of the way, and this is such an important skill. Again, it's all about gathering information in safe ways and then processing it. And if Toxic can't find the right angle to charge in to be one step ahead of Evil, he's never going to get this frag back.
Tox did just give away the red armor, but it actually doesn't even matter, guys, because Evil's been 200 armor regardless. Tox just needs to make sure he secures that blue bubble.
Yeah, it gets to a certain point where, okay, I haven't damaged him in ages. It's pretty likely the armor's kind of meaningless for both of us at the moment, so keep winning those megas. Still yet to find a difference here. Very slow affair. This map, well, without Blood Run in the pool, most people are saying, okay, this is our Blood Run equivalent now.
Oh, they find it here at the Mega Health. Evil's going to have to push back and let Tox secure this item. But Tox pushing in right now. LG looking good, and there's going to be a little bit of revenge. That's going to taste sweet for Tox. Evil was just trying to defend it with the rockets, essentially. Maybe he should just stick to the lightning gun.
Yeah, lost some key damage, didn't he? And weapon switch is so important.
Rail might hurt him real bad. 70 health. Why are you on the Mega? Why are you on the Mega, Tox? This is dreadful. He's looking for a rail shot. You just need to get out of here. 5 seconds to go. Tox, he managed to survive somehow.
But he's got to be scratching his head thinking, but where was the Mega? I mean...
It's not been taken still.
It's still up there, and Toxic, he's lost grip of the map at the moment. It's still up. Look, please look, please look. No, you saw it!
He's going to be able to take it. How's this worked out? It's as much an Evil slip-up as it was a Tox one.
Yeah, I guess Evil had absolutely no clue when the Mega was spawning.
Maybe he thought he took it and was just bewildered that it doesn't. I don't know, DDK.
But weirdly enough, Toxic comes out ahead here. Gestury being pretty clutch with those rockets. It was inadvertently like correct plays and stuff like that. But either way, I don't think he's going to make the same error twice. He's going to be on top of these Megas. And he did do the hard job, which was to tie up the game. But again, we're seeing a very close affair here. And this is a very classic problem.
Uh-oh. This is a bad position for Tox. Evil should be fine to get. Oh, they got the LG out. Tox trying to escape.
Nice
he might have just made it, but he's still railable. That health bubble is going to taste good for him at the moment.
Yeah, and we've seen this before. Like it's so common that players don't drop down to the Mega quickly enough, and then they get to this position where they can't because there's a guy with a weaker stack there, but he just had to turn up at the right time. And you can't drop on top of his LG. We saw the bad experience Toxic had with that on campgrounds. He can't do that again.
Toxic's got position for red. He should not overcommit to this. Just get back. He might getting to. Oh, okay, no, definitely no Mega for you now, Tox. Evil actually probably a bit hesitant on it, expecting attack. So I think Evil's going to be quite confused as to why he didn't see Tox just then.
It is really difficult with these two guys. They're both playing so safe.
They have to after a couple of tiny item slip-ups from Tox. It's totally thrown Evil off as well. I think Evil's been trusting Tox's timing, and then it's made him doubt himself. So it's kind of funny how it's played out. But 150 armor now for Tox. He's got barely any rail or LG, so he's just gonna have to back off, give away some items, and play this one out of control.
Oh, nice rocket. That's a big deal. Ooh, we connected a rail as well. Toxic in dire straits at the moment.
He played it quite well though, giving Evil some space. But how is he going to get himself some items without engaging in a fight? We've got 2 minutes left in this map. Evil, if he can get that kill, he is extremely close to claiming 3rd place in QuakeCon 2014's Duel Masters.
And Toxic actually a bit too slow to hear when the red was taken, and that actually slowed down his decision making a lot, trying to figure out where the hell Evil was. Because Toxic needs to understand where he is at all times so that he can avoid positions where he can get caught out. And red is up, but is Evil going to push in to commit to this? Actually, Evil's staying at range, and Toxic, if he can get out of there without taking a rail, that's a big result. Trying to make it difficult with Evil with the grenades, but 1 rail is landed. Great result there for Evil.
Tox still doing well to avoid the damage he's evading, to be honest. Okay, there's a nasty rail. Tox was not aware of this, expecting Evil to be a little bit lower, maybe thinking of going through the teleporter. But we've got the red up, and Tox not going to take it. He's sitting by the lower yellow for some reason. We've got the Mega and the items. They keep on switching around.
The way Toxic looked at that Mega, I almost feel that he was like,
okay,
what? Christmas says come early.
What kind of stack is Evil on at the moment?
He is even to Toxic.
From Tox, holy crap, that is immense damage that the Swede has just done. He should be able to claim this red armor quite securely. But we're still giving respect to all these angles that Evil's been hitting shots from.
We could very well be going into overtime just looking at the pace of this match, but Toxic has forged himself quite the edge in this one now. Looking at the next Mega, he's going to be on top of these item times from now on. And 20 seconds left. He's not going to be thinking about closing this out immediately, but that would obviously be the best case for him. But, with the difficulty that he's had getting frags, both of these players are just playing such a slow pace just to make it as close to a sure thing as they can.
Evil will be able to get the top yellow armor. Tox probably going to claim this lower one as it spawns now. And there it is. We've got an overtime here in the bronze finals for the Duel Masters at QuakeCon.
And again, Toxic just listening. Where is Evil? Where is my opponent? Give me some information. There he was waiting at the Mega, and it happened again. This is the second time Toxic's made that mistake. Not going to the Mega early enough on the lower level, and now that's going to be another opening for Evil, and perhaps he's been looking for this since it happened the first time, but here goes the battle over the red.
Oh, LG, who's going to be winning this fight? Tox, is he hitting enough of them? He switches to the Rockers, and it fails. Evil's got the lead, and he's a minute and a half for taking third place. But Tox, he just managed to get to the yellow armor as well. Stacks are going to be fairly even. The difference is the weapons at the moment. Tox looking for some strong rockets, does not hit them, so he can just cut his losses, get the Mega, and work his way to red. But he didn't get Mega.
Oh,
he's late on it. Tox has got to hit rockets, and it's not working. Evil, he's forcing Tox to crumble, going for pummels, but now Tox has got a huge load of work ahead of him. Oh! He just charged in with the rockets. Where the hell did that come from?
He's got a minute left to get 2 frags to tie this up and to remedy some of these mistakes that have been happening. Toxic, can he do this? He needs to charge through. He's going for it. He hasn't got anything to work with, but he has no choice. 45 seconds left, and Evil takes him down. Long-range rockets for the win, and 5-3 now, and 40 seconds. It's looking bad, really bad Zoot for the Swede.
I think Tox got a little bit ahead of himself. He could have just gone and picked up some items and then met Evil at the red armor. He rushed some stuff there. So it looks like not too long, we're going to be seeing Evil crowning himself third place at QuakeCon 2014. And Tox is going to be going home in fourth. But a really remarkable series between these two. Some really, really close games. But it's going to be 3-1 to Evil. GG's, there it is. He calls it.
Well played to Evil. He definitely had such a solid game. You can see his focus was really, really with us today. Sometimes we see Evil that's a bit too rushy, a bit too loose, but today, very, very tight games. We saw, I think, all the same mistakes from Toxic. We saw them. It was all about those Megas on Campgrounds and on Sinister.
You say the Megas, but Evil did out-aim Tox just there.
He did. Well, he brought like the same level.
The same level, and then there's one fight and Sinister at the top red, and just absolutely crazy stuff going up there.
Definitely.
Even though Tox was taking the red armor, I don't know, Evil was just staggering play there from him.
But it looks like we're going to have a very short break, guys, but stay tuned because we have a giveaway coming up in the QuakeCon spirit. It's all about that swag, so stay tuned for more swag.